Yeah, through the
Where you go?
Right, we're down at the court in Lower Hutt. Yeah, Lower Hutt. Right, Lower Hutt. So come and join us. We're protesting about the corrupt New Zealand Family Court and their associates, the corrupt and lawless Oranga Tamariki, aka Child, Youth and Family, and the New Zealand police that have been operating like Gestapos, enforcing illegal uplifts by Oranga Tamariki, as stated by the Ombudsman. OT broke domestic and international laws, and so far no one's being held to account. And we want to know why the family court has been rubber stamping the behaviour of this criminal state organisation that is abusing our children. The state is by far the biggest abuser, and we know this now with the evidence out of the Royal Commission on Sexual Abuse, where there was over 260 to 460,000 victims. So come and join us today in Lower Hutt, and Black Sack Jack.
Here we are. Judge Black. Sack him.
Sack Black.
I'll just go around and show you all the signs we've got out, so feel free to come down and get the word out there for all our tamariki. So we've got this sign here, we've got this one here, we've also got Save Our Tamariki, because it's all about our tamariki and their voices, no matter what the age, no matter what the circumstance. Got this one over here. This one here. And over the far. Of course, another Save Our Tamariki, Save Our Future. So we're just all getting it set up so that we can start getting the show on the road. Also got this sign here, another representation of our tamariki. We've also got this one here. For Sawada. This one here for Sawada. Show the others. And Calvin Davis. I personally have sent Calvin Davis and Sawada so many emails CC'd into them, not one response. So how are we meant to get the change that all of our tamariki need when they do not listen? No matter what. Even when they know when children are going through abuse, and they still do nothing but condone it. Because if you're not stepping in and doing anything, what else can it be? You're accepting it. You're allowing it. And how is that any better? It's not. So we've got plenty of signs for anyone who wants to come down and support the cause, because like I said, what today is about is all the tamariki, no matter what the age, no matter what the circumstance, get their voices heard. Enough is enough. Just show you more signs that we're putting out. And here is the other side. Unfortunately she's gone, but you know, still about OT, so still good enough. So yeah, we're at the Lower Hutt Court, and just to make it easy for people who don't know, there's the Lower Hutt Court, and then if you turn around, boom, there is OT on the opposite side. So we do not have far at all to go.
Those dirty scumbag social workers. Now, this is one of the OTs in New Zealand. It used to be, I think the manager that caused a lot of the drama is gone. She used to be a trustee of one of the colleges, and she was involved in some quite dodgy cover-up, but she was obviously pretty well used to it. So anyway, we're here today at the family court in Lower Hutt. Please come and join us. We're here to support all the local people. It's your voice that we want to be heard. We gave a presentation to the select committee yesterday at Bowen House. Even though it was a public hearing, they refused to stream it. So they were just using the classic secret court principles to try and stop our voices. However, we did tell them that the ministers weren't doing their jobs, and there was no way that the voice of the child could ever be heard over the din of the professionals. And how is it that the judiciary only listens to the professionals and never the parents that are trying to defend their children? It just shows that the whole system's absolutely broken, and I don't believe we're going to get any support from any of the ministers. We've tried that with the Andrew Little, who was involved in the family court law reform, and I guess the reality is we're just going to have to go back to escalating all our protests outside Oranga Tamariki and the family court throughout New Zealand, because the number one thing is they will not talk to the victims. They ignore us. We know what needs to be done to fix it. They just don't want to do it. Well, that ain't going to happen. The people have the power. So, see you here at Lower Hutt District Court.
Feel free to hold a sign.
Come and get a sign, mate.
You're more than welcome, we've got plenty.
No, grab a sign. Anyway, I'm Steve. You're on Facebook, eh? Oh, good. This brings the local bar. Oh, mate. There's a sign there, grab
There's plenty of signs.
Plenty of signs there, grab a sign. Oops.
Yep, that's the one, Jay. Full of nothing but evil and filth.
I know where you live with this video.
You go.
Take it back, so use your phone.
Hey, Mr. Cassidy! Oh, have you seen
The man himself.
Oh, what about Black?
Oh, Black's over there.
Black,
They've got
over there.
to get rid of Black. So, great to be here later on this afternoon. And, so the people well, we'll be here.
This one is made for one person in particular. They know who they are. Not going to name any names, but they know who they are.
Well, we just gave us a presentation at the Select Committee. They wouldn't televise it live.
So if you want to go live now, you can actually be live instead of just doing a video.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go, more signs.
Go live. There you go. Now you're going live.
Got plenty of signs here. There's in the box, but yeah.
It's pretty clear that we're going to have to protest. And
Feel
right
free to
across
grab a
the
sign
road
if you want.
the crooks from Oranga Tamariki. And I see we got everybody here.
Oh no, he's doing a live.
And it looks as though everybody's gathering around. I see there's more people arriving. And we'll be here for the morning to protest.
Yeah, got plenty of signs over there if you want to grab it.
The Upper Hutt District Court with regards to the New Zealand Family Court, and also across the road there is those dirty roddy from Oranga Tamariki. So come on down to see us at the Hutt.
You might just be going to court.
The Hutt District Court and Oranga Tamariki, and let them know that they're not welcome. and they should pack their bags and disappear. It says editing live video.
I think you must have ended it. Close now, there you go.
He's getting there with working out the technology.
I don't know, I never go live. I just don't come to live.
Got another supporter here for us. We've got a couple of security up in the window, spying on us. So yeah, we've still got the other sides out. Jackie, we are in Lower Hutt at the family court. After this, we are going to then proceed to Lower Hutt, Oranga Tamariki. I'm not sure who's just popped up on my live. I think they're trying to be added to it, but I'm not sure. I've never tried to add anyone to a live before. But yeah, Jackie, if you're in the area, feel free to come down just like everyone else. Come and support the cause. More than happy to have you here, plus we've got way more signs.
You want me to start it?
Do the siren first to get their attention.
Got your attention now? We're sick and tired of the family court keeping children away from their parents when there's no reason for it. You know, there's a lot of parents out there that have done nothing wrong and they're just getting slapped with Section 39, Section 78, Section 110s. What is up with that? You know, not every parent is as bad as the court system lawyer for child, and especially Oranga Tamariki social workers that make bullshit fabricated reports. How is any whanau supposed to be able to get anywhere when you have social workers and the court rubber stamping things that the social workers are putting their lives about? You know, there are plenty of whanau out there that love their children but cannot get them back simply because Oranga Tamariki put a piece of paper into the court saying these people should not have their children. Never mind the fact that some parents have actually gone through and tried to make changes if they need to, but the ones that have done nothing wrong and still they're in the child is in their care, something needs to be done about it. I don't know how many times people have to go through the family court system to have a judge rubber stamp something just because of the fact that Oranga Tamariki has put it in front of them.
Suti Anna, we are here until 10:30, and then
we have a
moving
new
to
minister
OT.
for children that came into the job, and what is he doing? Absolutely nothing. So a new Oranga Tamariki board that are not really doing a damn thing in regards to these children being in care. There's a lot of them in care that are actually being abused in care. You've got so many children that are being abused in care. You know, children being smacked and hit while they're in care, and yet nothing gets done. But, you know, the minute a parent does it, they're slapped with a bloody order to uplift their child. Why is the state not getting the same sort of orders and returning these children? This is what should be happening. These kids shouldn't be getting abused in care. They shouldn't need to go to care. Work with the whanau instead of against the whanau. But that's never going to happen until we can get change. And 50 years says that. We've got 50 years of bureaucratic bullshit that's just kept happening year after year after year. Why are we targeting Māori children? Strange how the statistics show you that it's mostly Māori children in care. You know, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter the ethnicity or the race or anything like that. You know, if that sort of stuff is happening, if there is abuse happening, which most of the time there is not abuse happening, it's just bullshit, fabricated lies put on paper, and yet the court rubber stamps it and says uplift the child. You know, I've read the legislation and it quite clearly states that under Section 71, they don't actually have to have any proof of the actual allegations. They just slap it in front of a judge and the judge just goes on a computer system and clicks a button to clear it. Now how is that right? That is not right. Why does the evidence not have to be put forward? You know, when it comes down to anything else, we have to have evidence. The normal everyday person is required to produce evidence. Yet these bullshit social workers don't have to produce a damn thing. So why is that? Why is that, somebody? You should be producing evidence and not fabricated evidence. Because that's all you do, is produce fabricated evidence. There's so many people that have it in their files of all the lies they've been told. You know, and to tell a person that a Section 101 is home for life, well, you know, not many parents are aware of the fact that they can have those orders discharged or rescinded to get their kids back. Because nobody tells them. We've got a whole bunch of lawyers for children, and what do? Tell these kids lies, tell the parents lies, work with all of the other lawyers to be able to collude behind the parents' back. Now that doesn't help any whanau. Instead of trying to actually work with them, and when you fight back as a whanau saying, no, I'm not going to do all your bullshit because I didn't do anything wrong, then they try and make it even harder again for you. The problem we got is that when it comes to this sort of thing, okay, if we got to tell the truth, you bloody tell the truth. Because if you told the truth to the court, none of this would be happening. You know, and you know, when it comes down to it, you write so much crap on your files that, you know, the only reason that the whanau's out there are not getting heard is because their lawyers won't, and I say won't, because legal aid lawyers do not submit the evidence you want submitted. They submit what they feel like to be able to milk the system of money. And that's all they do. And that's wrong.
Yeah, that's all the cops that have been following. It's all in my
National Intelligence Data.
yeah. And
So how many times?
one person, oh there's just streets of them, but one person, this Priscilla Agus, she worked for Janet Baker and she's Tony Tier's sister, the registrar at Walsh, and she's been into the police database.
Are you live still?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do another thing. Okay. For all those parents out there that don't know, okay, a Section 101 home for life, okay, it's only home for life because they don't make you aware of the fact that you can have those orders discharged under Section 125 of the Oranga Tamariki Act. You also have the right under Family Court Rules 2002 to apply to rescind those orders. And if you're not fully up on your rights, which most whanau are not, you can also apply to the High Court under an originating application if you're not having your case dealt with fairly in the Family Court, to have that brought into the High Court and heard, where evidence actually has to be heard. This may bring your case time frame down from a year or 2 years to maybe 3 to 6 months. So I just want people to know what their rights are, because you're never going to get told by a lawyer. Yes, I know that's what it's going to do.
Please, everyone, feel free to share this out and literally make it go viral, because we've been trying everything, including things like select committees, and they just don't listen. So I know that the last live that I did, when I went into Lower Hutt Oranga Tamariki with my parents, went viral, and basically the courts as well as Oranga Tamariki did not like it. But this is the thing, this is what it has to be done, because they refuse to listen. So if they're not going to listen to us the way they should be doing and putting, listening to the evidence and everything like that, then they leave us no option but to do things like what we do. Because at the end of the day, where's it going to get our tamariki? Nowhere if we keep going their way. They don't care, they don't listen to us. And unfortunately the kids that can't talk or aren't old enough to talk, they've got no voice, so we have to be their voice. That's what it really comes down to. And I know that by doing this, we're making waves, as they class it. So we're going to keep making our waves, because if we don't, our kids are going to keep going through this. And I don't want this. And I know the people that care and love for their children, no matter the circumstance, they don't want this either. We need to stop this generational abuse. If we don't, yeah, Jay, you're exactly right. It is all about the money. They don't care about what they're putting the kids through. They don't care about what they're putting our whanau through. All they care about is filling their pocket, making their paycheck. But yet all the trauma, all the emotional, physical trauma, psychological trauma, they don't care. It's not their whanau, so why would they care? As long as they're filling their pocket, as long as they're getting their way, destroying the whānaus out there, belittling them so that way they feel that they have to have mental health issues because, we won't do what they say. Nah, stuff that. I'm not going to sit there and do what they say. I've told them I'm going to fight the fight. I won't stop until I get justice. I know it's not the full justice that, our tamariki deserve, but some justice is better than no justice. In doing it their way, we ain't going to get the justice for them. It's as simple as that. It's not the way it should be, but unfortunately it's the way it's been for decades upon decades. So if we go along and then, put our foot down and keep doing what we're doing, then they're going to get sick of it and eventually, hopefully, stop what they're doing. These places like Kōkiri Marae, some of the workers from whanau ora, I know there's other organisations that actually do work with whanau the way that Oranga Tamariki should, but they choose not to. Unless you're doing it their way, they class it as not the right way. But just like other things in life, there is more than one way to do things the correct way. Just because you're not doing it the Oranga Tamariki's way, does not mean you are not doing it the correct way. Hello. Is there anything you want to say?
No, just here to support.
Okay. Can feel free to. It's live.
Hi, I'm Kohemi. I come to support these guys because I've been following them for a few years now. And I'm also come to invite them to Occupy Parliament 2021, which is happening this Sunday. They're free to do their protests there all day and all night if they feel like. So, kia ora guys.
Thanks. So yeah, if you want to, come have a voice for your tamariki and, voice how you feel as a parent, feel free to come down. We've got the big speaker, we've got a megaphone, and of course, if you want to have a talk on wildlife, you're more than welcome to. I have no issue in that at all. We need to get heard, we need to do this for our tamariki, that's what it's all about. Never mind about what they want. They're not the ones that have to go through it. They're not the ones that, have to feel what we feel as parents for our tamariki. And for the parents who have gone through generations before their own tamariki, they're well aware of what goes on. These are the signs that have also been done up. I already showed them before, but, so what you need to, just do what you're coming to do and do it. Because I know that you guys say, change is coming. But unfortunately, that time can be a kid's life. There's how many kids being abused, no matter what the situation. And it's one time when you go, change is coming. That could be that time when, unfortunately, another tamariki has been taken from us. When things could be done, changes can be made. There's decades of evidence that shows the trauma that the tamariki have gone through. You have even said you don't need any more evidence. There's enough evidence to say, okay, this is what needs to be changed. So never mind, okay, where changes are coming, make the changes. Put the tamariki back with their whanau, that the whanau, are loving, safe. The child's happy with them, thriving. And as for you, Calvin Davis, you're going on about, you took on this portfolio to help the tamariki. Well, I'm sorry to say. Actually, no, I'm not sorry to say. You need to stop using excuses of operational issues. Because at the end of the day, you're part of the problem. All of you, ministerial board. I, upon others, have contacted you. And yet, what do you do? Brush it off. Try and cover the tracks. That's not good enough. You come into the job to try, say you're helping, but you ain't. So instead of doing what you're doing, get off your asses and actually help our tamariki. Keep them safe. Bring them back to loving, safe and secure whanau homes where they belong. Not in these abusive households. That's not where they like to be. There's kids that they can't speak, but they're speaking through their actions. Actions speak louder than words. That's no one's saying. But yet you don't listen to those actions. You don't listen to emails that you are being CC'd or actually being put into. That's where the other problems are. How long until you're going to actually sit there and do something? How many tamariki have to lose their lives because you're in the so-called top jobs and think you're all that, and you don't care because it's not your own whanau? I bet you if it was your own whanau, then you want to step in, then you want to make that change straight away. It's not good enough. So yes, this also includes Matthew Tukaki. I know many people who have tried to reach out to you, but you brush them off. You try and cover tracks as well. Change is coming, as you guys claim, is not good enough. Get off your asses and do it. Don't talk the talk, walk the damn walk. It's just unfortunate we do not have the resources to be able to do the things that our tamariki need. Otherwise, there's plenty of people that will go along and then, step up and actually do what the tamariki need. Not have to, have a big paycheck and have to have our face plastered over the media when we want to, in the positive aspects. No, but when there's something to help out, no, you don't want to be seen doing that. You try and claim operational issues. That don't help. Like this one, for instance. See, we got the support. Like this one, for instance, Oh. See, this is what police do. This is what the police do. I know the story. These kids were trying to go back home to where they know they are safe, they are loved, they are cared for. And yet this is how the police treat them. How is that good for our tamariki? It shows through actions, like I just said before, they don't want to be where they are. They want to be in that hut, that safe house, loving, warm home.
Is it early to be drinking, don't you think?
Exactly, child abuse. That's exactly what it is.
Down with the family court in Oranga Tamariki. Throw them under the bus. Are you in court today? Glad to see you staying out of jail.
This Melanie Baker.
If anyone's got any questions or anything, feel free to write them up, and when I see them, I'll respond to them.
Did you share any of those lives onto Families for Justice and any of those?
Fifi's been on it.
Oh, cool. She's on it.
Yeah, I let her know.
They catch you off.
You're doing everything to defend the whanau, but you're doing nothing. I've got no idea.
after we are done here, we'll be moving to Lower Hutt, Oranga Tamariki, which, as I showed before, is just over the other side.
Here one day, and there was a guy hiding behind the tree with a camera with a long lens, waiting to catch somebody coming out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the rain hits. Might want to move the speaker.
26,700.
Yeah, underneath the tree.
Put it under there, Richard. You mean to move the box?
I'm
Hold
happy that it's going to rain.
Okay,
They'll be happy, yeah.
I like
you'll
that.
have to hold that. I'll tuck over that.
It's only showers.
Yeah, it's only supposed to shower in the morning. We just happen to do it in the morning, eh?
10:30 I've got to go around the corner to flat through me on a... When they do a protection order gate, you've got to do a hand.
Oh, really?
They just like spraying you.
Getting ready to boat.
Yeah. So, Putin's showing on the onside. Yeah, I think
I'm gonna end this live here. That way I can save my data for when we go live protesting at Oranga Tamariki. Don't want to run out of data when you're trying to do them. And we're going to bring out some toot signs, seeing as we'll be on one of the main streets, so that we can get some noise out as well, that way. So I'll end this live here, and I'll post again when going live at Oranga Tamariki.
You're going to get nowhere.